is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, or it will be once I get back over there. Aka the Real Super Mario, aka YouTube's greatest fat man, bringing you another video. Alright, so Happy New Year, because by the time this comes out, it shall be officially 2025. At this moment, it's 2025 in some places. I think Japan and China have already hit the new year by now, but over here it ain't 2025 yet. We still in the past, but by the time you see this, it'll be in the future. Time travel, I don't know where I was going with that, but so let's start. I figured that I would start off 2025 the same way I started off 2024, with a ranking video. Alright, because I believe in 2024 I started off with all the starters ranked, alright, and then I made a bunch of shorts off of it. I think I can do the same thing with this video. So today, we're going to rank all the legendary Pokemon throughout the Pokemon series in general. So, of course, we're going to continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, like I said, the YouTube requires you to do. You continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Definitely like and comment, because we gotta show the YouTube algorithm that I didn't die over my little break that I took at the end of the year. So, all right, so we've got this. We got all the legendary Pokemon here, and we have our tiers. So of course we got the Shaman tier, because what I'm gonna do for these tier lists is my favorite is gonna be the name of the top tier, the Shaman tier. Shaman is my favorite legendary of all time. And so Shaman tier. All right, if you are an awesome legendary Pokemon, you are Shaman tier. Okay, so then we got good tier, which is self-explanatory. Good legendary Pokemon. You know, I is acceptable. You're not trash, but you're not exactly amazing. Dookie Butter is Dookie Butter. All right, it's trash, it's lame, it's garbaggio. But then we added a brand new tier, the Ultra Beast tier, because of course, being a product of Generation 7, there is nothing worse than being an Ultra Beast, okay? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Ultra Beasts suck. So they get their own tier of suckage. So, alright, let's hop on into this.
Back in my day, life was tough.
So we're gonna start off with Articuno, which Articuno was alright. Alright, Articuno was old school. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remembers the first time they had to go through the Seafoam Islands. You know what I'm saying? And to get Articuno in that dungeon back in Generation 1. We all remember this. It was awesome. I believe it's called Seafoam Island. I haven't thought about Generation 1 in so long. I might be wrong. Go ahead, throw it in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty cool. I mean, it got like a lot of flying ice type Pokemon or flying fire type Pokemon. It got screwed over for years by Stealth Rock. You know what I'm saying? Being ice flying is not exactly the best type combo, but it is pretty cool though. And then you got the first inductee in the Dookie Butter tier is the what is this? The regional variant version of Articuno, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, this wasn't a good idea. All right, this is you'll see in the Dookie Butter tier, like the color scheme is kind of the same. I don't like this weird pale pinkish fuchsia purple color scheme. The visor thing is weird. Like, what is this man? Is this man playing? Is this man in Ready Player One? All right, what's this man? This man got a daggone Oculus Rift on his face. Like, what's happening with this man? You know what I'm saying? Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it at all. Its typing is actually better, being a psychic flying type, but the design and everything else is blah, blah. Speaking of another okay Pokemon, we got Zapdos. Zapdos is alright. You know what I'm saying? Not good. It's not amazing. But guess what is amazing though? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Freaking Galarian Zapdos, baby. I like Galarian Zapdos. I think the idea of making him like a fighting flying type was freaking cool. And the fact that he is like a big, dangerous looking emu, is freaking cool. All right, the color scheme, orange, black with the yellow. Like, the yellow is still a throwback to the original yellow Zapdos. Everything, you know what? No, you get upgraded. You become the first inductee in the Shaman tier. All right, this thing is freaking clean, man. All right, I think this was the only bad part about it is part of DLC for Sword and Shield, but this thing is freaking clean though, bro. Probably one of the cleanest like Galarian forms, like, period. Then we have Moltres, who is okay. But again, following the trend I said after this one of clean Galarian forms, we have Galarian Moltres, bro. What? Pink and black flames? What, bro? Bro, if this was a different time, I would not be surprised if there's not a chick out there that has a tramp stamp of freaking Galarian Moltres, bro. Alright, that would be like the most down bad smash. But I'd probably do it, dog. I'd probably do that, Jay, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Alright, because the color scheme, the style, the typing, being a dark flying type, all of it's pretty cool. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on. I don't think they have went wrong with a dark flying type yet. To my knowledge, there's two dark... Well, wait a minute. Yveltal... Is Yveltal dark flying? He might be. Because Yveltal's kind of mid. But Honchkrow and Galarian Moltres, clean Pokemon. And they're both dark flying type, bruh. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is good. Mewtwo looks good. Of course, Mewtwo is nostalgic. Alright, the throwback to the first Pokemon movie. All Pokemon fans my age probably went to see the first Pokemon movie. I still have the promo card from when you go to the theater, because back then when you went to see the movie in theaters, you got a promo card. I think there was a Pikachu, there was a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, Charmander, I think Mewtwo and a Mew. They might have been promo cards, but I believe I got the Pikachu movie promo. Then of course there is the legendary Burger King gold card promos. Like, Mewtwo just brings back all types of nostalgia. Now of course his design is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had better designs, even better Mewtwo forms have had better designs. But again, you can't really not like Mewtwo. The only time I hate Mewtwo is in Pokemon TGC Pocket, bro. Bro, EX Mewtwo is freaking annoying, bro. Like, nah. Only time I hate Mewtwo, bro. Then you've got like Mewtwo. Which one? This one is X or Y? I think this one was X. Yeah, I can't say it's Dookie Butter. Cause I mean, no, I give it an alright. Cause really it's just a slightly different design Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying? So it's not much else here. It's fighting psychic type, which that's a pretty interesting typing. You know what I'm saying? But we've already had that typing since Generation 3 with for Medicham. So I mean, it's nothing special really about him other than that he's a mega evolution of Mewtwo. But then you get to the real mega evolution of Mewtwo, which is this one, the Super Mew 3. The Super Mew 3, baby. This jet was clean, alright? I kind of wish they changed his color scheme a little bit. You know, gave him some more pizzazz, but I guess they wanted to keep it iconic with the Mewtwo color scheme. But this man looks like a daggone freezer form, bruh. He don't even look like a Pokemon for real. This man looked like a freezer form. That's why he's freaking clean, alright? Not quite Shaman tier. Not quite. But clean. But clean nonetheless, though. Then we have Mew. Mew is alright. You know what I'm saying? People like Mew. Mew is adorable and cute, whatever. Which is fine, but it's not a lot there. I mean, other than like lore. I guess, you know what? With the lore alone, we should be able to pump him up to good. I'll give him a good. I ain't gonna do that to him. Because, you know, the lore around Mew is actually really good. And Mew is kind of like the basis of like all Pokemon or something to that extent. You know what I'm saying? But we can bump it up. It's not much you can really say about Mew. You know, it's kind of cute. It is what it is. Mid! Now, speaking of lore, we have the legendary dogs, all right, from Generation 2. So, you know, these things were a mixture of cool and annoying to me back in the day. Mainly because you had to chase them, all right? This is when they brought in roaming legendaries. Now, I think roaming legendaries is a good thing from a game design perspective because it gives you something to do. It gives you something to pursue. But as a kid trying to catch these things, it was freaking annoying, bruh. Raikou is alright, even though I think he kind of got violated a little bit because he didn't get a movie. He got an animated special, you know what I'm saying, but he didn't get a movie. Alright, you know what I'm saying? The other two, I believe Suicune got Pokemon Crystal. He got his own game pretty much. And Entei got a movie, Raikou got a special. Raikou is the red-headed stepchild of the legendary dogs. Electric type, it looks pretty cool. You know, well, nah, he's alright. I'm gonna keep him at alright because you know it's fine. Entei though, kind of clean, baby. Look, come on, Entei with the mane that goes down his back, the spikes. Alright, I will admit the color scheme leaves something to be desired. I kind of wish that they did a little bit more red than brown, but you know what I'm saying, Entei looks cool. Alright, and then he's got his face is kind of like this, like, I don't know what to explain it, man. Entei is freaking cool. Alright, not to mention, of course, the Entei movie was also alright because Entei was in the Unknown movie, which is like, what was that, the third movie, I believe. Then we all know that Suicune is clean. Alright, Suicune is freaking Shaman tier. I have not heard somebody that doesn't like Suicune. I think everybody kind of likes Suicune. Suicune's been good and competitive for years. Alright, he was really annoying in UU. I was like, why do they keep putting this man in UU? Put this man up there in OU. I don't want to have to deal with this man. But the color scheme, awesome. Alright, the kind of like sky blue with the purple, the weird streamer things that they've never really explained. Awesome. It's good in game. Not to mention, it's the mascot of Pokemon Crystal, which was probably one of the best Pokemon games ever. Alright, so we get down to the mascots of Generation 2, and this is where it's going to get a little controversial because as much as I like Generation 2, the mascots are very mid. Lugia and Ho-Ho are very mid, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright, like Lugia is cool. The Lugia movie was cool, but like there's not that much there, man. Like it's a big like silver bird with like stuff on it. And again, this thing is a bird. Why does it swim? Why does he live in the ocean? He is a bird, okay? He is a flying Pokemon. He's not even a water type, yet he lives in the ocean. Make it make sense. This man lives in the Whirlpool Islands, and he not even a water type. And then Ho-Ho, I mean, Ho-Ho is a fire flying type, so you already know he crippled from the jump, all right? And then like what? You see him in the first episode of Pokemon, but then you don't see him again until Generation 2. Alright, and it's like, okay, he's like a phoenix. That's it. Alright, like that's it. Like, there's nothing else to Ho-Ho. Like, you know, he might have been connected to the creation of the legendary dogs in the lore, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? Celebi. Okay, so look, you know what? Any other time, Celebi would be a good Pokemon. But right now, due to recent events, Dookie Butter, baby. Alright, look, I apologize to Joe Merrick. Kind of what Celebi.net was the way we all got our news. But no, after the Celebi Dex and Pokemon TCG Pocket, After the Celebi Dex in TCG Pocket, I can't stand Celebi, bro. I hate this Pokemon. In the game, he is so freaking cheesy. Alright, and the fact that he comes out with Survivor, Superior, and that stupid Superior, man, bro, you just sit there and you already know, like, this man gonna get like 3 energies, then Superior gonna come out, and then he gonna have 6 energies, and then he gonna be able to flip 6 coins and delete your Pokemon. He does this 3 times and he wins. I hate it. Every time I see Celebi Dex, I be ready to concede because it's stupid. No, put that man in the dirt. Friggin' Dookie Butter, dog. You know what I'm saying?
What word do I want to use? Was this the crescendo? Was this the zenith? The apex? The denouement?
That's a good word. I like that word. That's a good Hollywood.
So then we get to the Reggie trio. And the Reggie trio are actually pretty cool. Now, Generation 3 is my favorite generation so far. I mean, even though after all the Generation 4 stuff, Legends Arceus, BDSP, going through Sinnoh one more time, it's very close to edging out Generation 3 as my favorite generation of all time, but it hasn't done it yet. I'm going to play through, BDSP and Legends Arceus again because I want to do videos on them and this year. We'll come back to that, okay? But the Reggies, I think, are pretty cool, though. All right, Reggie, you know what I'm saying? Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel. They had a cool, like, the whole brand. Imagine this. Imagine you're a kid playing a Pokemon game, and all of a sudden you have to learn Braille to get a Pokemon. Bro, that was back when they was thinking, bro. They was like, look, we're going to make you work for this. We're going to make this interesting for you. We're not just going to give it to you as some, like, oh, look, it's a 7-star raid. It's like some kind of online distribution mystery gift garbage. No, you going to have to find this bad boy. You going to have to work for it. I think they were actually pretty cool. The idea of, like, Jewish golems being like Pokemon, I think this was good. They're alright in my book. Alright, so now we get to some controversy. Alright, because I actually think that Latios and Latias are awesome Pokemon. Alright, great in-game Pokemon, great in competitive. Like the Latios movie is like my favorite Pokemon movie ever. The cinematography is good. The music is good. Depending on when I edit this video, you might be hearing music from the 4th movie. From that movie right now, because I actually use it in my videos. But yeah, I like these two. Color scheme is great. Personality is great. But then they had to give them Mega Evolutions, and I have to say, they are the 3rd and 4th inductees in the Dookie Butter tier. Mega Latias and Mega Latios are straight up Dookie Butter. Alright, like, I understand what they was trying to do. Like, look, you're flying around through the Ruby and Sapphire remake. So let's make airplane Pokemon from Pokemon that already look like airplanes. Like, there's no need to make them just be airplanes. Like, that's boring, okay? 2, they also have this crappy, like desaturated, like, bland color scheme. And they don't have the same color scheme. You took away the colors. The colors make them pop. You took it away, and now they look like they're dying. Okay? All right, and you can barely tell them apart because they look the same. And they have the same color scheme. Bruh, you didn't have to do this, bro. These were some of the lamest megas. Alright, like when I do the mega ranking, which I'm gonna do probably closer to when Legends ZA comes out. Again, these are probably gonna be Dookie Butter again. Alright, so but man, like this kind of got, this is almost as disappointing as Embor. So Kyrogue and Groudon were okay. Alright, well, Sapphire's goated, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you up there. But Groudon is alright, you know what I'm saying? He's a big, red armadillo man with a rake tail thing. All right, but then, you know, again, like these alternate forms, well, they're not Dookie Butter. They're just, there's just not much to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're basically bigger versions of Kyrogue and Groudon, but with LEDs on them. They got some LED lights on them. You know, that's really about it, you know. Rayquaza is pretty cool. Rayquaza is a good Pokemon. But then, where there is good, there is also peak Pokemon. Mega Rayquaza. My good. And again, the design and color scheme, bro. This is how you do a Mega. Alright? You have it so it looks enough like the original so you can tell that, okay, well, this is a Rayquaza. But there is enough added to it to where it actually owns the name Mega. You don't have to completely change it and make it something completely different. No, this is literally a Mega Rayquaza. I will admit they might have went a little overboard with the over design, but it's Mega. All right, let them do anything. You know, the adding in this orange yellow stuff, this like these like tendril things to it, was like a design element I didn't know I needed in my life, because it goes perfectly with everything else on the Pokemon. Whoever did this, just chef's kiss. Like, it's over designed, but it's over designed in a good way. Jirachi is okay. All right, Jirachi's all right. She's all right. I mean, there's not much to really say about Jirachi. It's a star with a cape and a third eye. What else can you say about it? Like, you know. But then, again, we show why Generation 3 is peak. Because we got one of the coolest legendary Pokemon of all time in Deoxys. Alright, Deoxys is cool. Like, the idea that there's multiple of them, hold on, is cool. Alright, the idea that all of them are good. They're all pretty cool. Like, speed Deoxys, attack Deoxys, even defense Deoxys looks pretty cool. And they're aliens. Alright, they're Poke aliens. How is it that the Poke aliens look cooler than the things from a different dimension? Make it make sense. They made better, like, non-terrestrial beings in Generation 3 than they did in Generation 7. That just shows you, anything Generation 7 touches turns to Garbo, bro. But Deoxys, clean. All of them, okay?
Now you're talking my language. Now you're talking what I want to hear.
All right, so we have the red-headed stepchildren of the trios of legendaries, and that's the Emotion Trio. All right, because they haven't done anything with them. Like, the legendary birds got something, the dogs got something, the genies got something. Like, they skipped over them. Like, how you skipped over the Emotion Trio? Like, they're already kind of like mid as it goes. You know, so yeah, I put them over top of them because there's actually a little bit more personality than Jirachi and the primals. You know, but you just skip over them. Like, if there's any Pokemon that need a little extra rocket fuel, it's the Emotion Trio. And they were such a big part of well, not a big part, but they played kind of a big role in Generation 4. Which is why I'm like, how did we get a brand new genie in Generation 4, but they didn't do anything with the Emotion Trio? It's kind of weird. Hopefully, LegendsZA rectifies this mistake, but I don't know. Alright, so we got the mascots of Generation 4. So, you know what I'm saying? I have fond memories of playing Pokemon Battle Revolution and killing a Dialga with Dig on my Empoleon. This is true story. I had, for some reason, I had Empoleon with Dig. Why? I don't know. But I killed a Dialga. Alright? I faked this man out. Alright? I got him weak and was able to kill him with Dig. And the person disconnected. And I don't know why this Pokemon Battle Revolution story is in my brain. It's a stupid story. But when I saw Dialga, I was like, yo, I remember when I made that man rage quit. But Dialga is actually a pretty good Pokemon, bro. Alright, like it looks pretty cool. The design and color scheme is pretty cool. So actually the design kind of fits because the coldness of space with a steel dragon, that kind of fits. Now, Palkia, on the other hand, even though I'm not a Pokemon Pearl fan, Palkia is peak. Alright, Palkia, I don't know if I'll put him over Deoxys. Well, actually, let me rearrange this a little bit. Let me put Suicune down here. The Suicune is good, but I don't think he's better than them. Do I put Palkia over Deoxys? I'm gonna let it slide. I might come back to this later. But yeah, he's definitely peaked though. Clean, all right. Palkia made me want to play a pink Pokemon. Okay, all right. back when that was not something that I wanted to do. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, Palkia was freaking clean. And then we have these two. All right, I'm sorry. This thing is a freaking cursed image. Like that thing is that's a sleep paralysis demon. Okay, all right, that's not a Pokemon. I can't even say it's a Digimon. Like when they first came out, I said they look too much like Digimon. That was a lie. Okay, that's a sleep paralysis demon. All right, that's like something that came out of like that's like something that came out of like a Power World nightmare. That's what that is. Dookie Butter. But then, I mean, the other one is not too bad. It's not too bad. It looks kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know why they made like Palkia like a horseman with wings, but at least it's better than whatever they was trying to do with Dialga. Like, Then we get to my boy, cause Hydreigon, bro. Man, Hydreigon, me and Hydreigon, bruh, we'd have been through it, bro. Alright, Hydreigon's design is not even amazing. Alright, it's okay. It's like it's a lava monster. But if you squint and turn your hair sideways, he looks like he's made out of poo. He kind of does. His body is kind of shaped like poop. Alright, and all the little specks kind of look like corn. But me and Hydreigon went through. Generation 4 was my peak Pokemon competition. Alright, playing competitive Pokemon, making competitive teams, breeding, trading. I was 135% into playing competitive Pokemon back then. Okay? Alright, and Hydreigon was one of my go-tos in playing competitive Pokemon, bro. Me and him, we'd have been through. Between Hydreigon, Empoleon, Terrakion, once Generation 4 came out, like, they were my go-to. They were on so many competitive teams for me, bro. This man is peak. Alright, he will always be peak. Even though he looks like poo, alright, he is peak. Then we go from peak to garbage. Regigigas. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, I like the Regis, and the leader of the Regis is low-key kind of garbage, bro. Alright, not only is his ability, like, slow start, like, why? Why would you give a Pokemon an ability that purposely screws it over? Like, why? I know that there are ways that you can use it in competitive, like slick way, like smart ways you can use it. But like, it's just Dookie Butter, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, look at the design on this man. Yellow, black, white, and green. Like, what? Like, I can't do it, bro. I really tried to get into Regigigas, and I was like, nah, bro, put that man in the dirt. Speaking of things to put in the dirt, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, regular form Giratina is kind of lame. Like, I mean, like, why this man got like the long multi-chin neck thing like that character from One Piece got, bro. I'm sorry. This thing looks weird. Alright, you know, I'm just saying. And it's supposed to look like that because it's like the Satan dragon. Because, you know, it's got like the 6 things on his neck and the 6 spikes on his wings and the 6 legs because it's the Satan dragon, you know. But I'm like, this looks like something like that somebody drew on like, you know, their DeviantArt page. Like, oh, this is my Satan dragon Pokemon. His name is Garatina. And he's gonna destroy the world and kill all the people that bully me for smelling like corn chips. Like, that's what, I'm sorry. Like this form, Garatina, is kind of lame. But then Pokemon Platinum came out and made everything better. Because we got the best form of Garatina, period. Let me see, what do I put him at? I think I could put him above Suicune and Hydreigon. But we got the best form of Garatina, period. Come on, dog. This thing was sick, man. Alright, this was the coolest form of Garatina they ever made. Alright, like Pokemon Platinum came in and saved this man because this man was about to get lost in the dustbin of history of garbage Pokemon until Pokemon Platinum came and saved his life. Okay.
A few moments later.
Cresselia. Alright, that just shows you how mid this Pokemon is. Cause I forgot the name of this Pokemon. I forgot what Cresselia was. And I like Generation 4. Most of the Gen 4 legends are pretty cool. I honestly forgot about Cresselia, bro. Now that I remember Cresselia was okay. I think Cresselia was more annoying of anything in competitive because it was like a special wall. You know what I'm saying? You busted out Cresselia when you wanted to stall. Alright, because it had like Wish and it had, I think it had Recover, and I think its ability might have also been some kind of healing ability too, but it's alright. It looks kind of cool, but it's just kind of largely just there. It is what it is. What can I say? It's there. Manaphy and Fion, like, Dookie Butter, bro. I'm sorry. These things look like sentient sperm cells. And when I mean that, I don't mean children. No, I mean just like sentient sperm cells, like some kind of eldritch horror creature where, like, you know, somebody jizzed on a sidewalk and then the sperm just came to life. And that's Manaphy. It's Fione. I'm sorry. Like, now don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that these Pokemon aren't good. Alright, because I remember Gen 4 competitive, like Manaphy, I think Manaphy got banned, if I'm not mistaken, because Manaphy had hydration. So that was, it got banned for that because basically it could live forever, essentially. You know, also, like, why didn't they make this thing fairy type when fairy type came out in, like, what, Generation 7? Like, this thing would have been a prime candidate for being a fairy type, but it didn't. It's just a regular water type. What can I say? Manaphy and Fione are Dookie Butter. So this is gonna be one of those controversial ones. I've never been the biggest fan of Darkrai. I mean, Darkrai is alright. You know what I'm saying? Darkrai got a movie. I think maybe it's kind of like some residue from like Gen 4 competitive where Darkrai could put like your whole team to sleep. I remember for years, and it took them years to fix this in VGC, where basically you playing doubles and Darkrai could put your whole squad to sleep. Both Pokemon sleep. And I'm like, why? Why did y'all do this to us, Game Freak? Alright, this game was supposed to be for children. Do you hate the children, Game Freak? Is that what it is? Not to mention Darkrai is kind of mid. Like, how does Darkrai not have as cool a design as like Dusknoir? And they both came out in the same generation. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what tell me, what is Darkrai supposed to be? Tell me. Alright. If you mad, explain Darkrai to me. Okay? Oh, then of course we have the Pokemon where the top tier bears his name. His name is Shaman, and he belongs at the top. Look, I don't care. All right, this little hedgehog is adorable, and he is awesome. I've used him on so many competitive teams. All right, he is good, or I guess maybe she is good. It depends. Because sometimes people think Shaman is a girl, and then sometimes they say that he's a boy. I don't know. Maybe it's otherly gendered. We have no idea. But it's goated, all right, in my opinion. All right, and then they actually gave him a good alternate form in Shaman, like, Sky form. Like, how often, look at the Dookie Butter tier, and look at how many alternate forms are down here, okay? For Shaman to actually get a good alternate form just makes it even more goated. All right, come on now. And then they tried to do it again with Keldeo, and we'll see what happens when we get there. Arceus. I mean, Arceus is Pokegod, but like it's a good Pokemon. Do I want to put it above? I can put it up here. It's alright. Arceus is fine. Alright, Arceus has a bunch of cool lore. Alright, like if you've seen the Terra leak, alright, the Arceus lore is crazy. Alright, the fact that Arceus, we never really got him officially in game until years later because they just decided not to do the event. Like, there's a lot that comes with Arceus. Arceus' design is about what I would expect from the god of Pokemon world. And guess what? It's not bipedal. It's a quadruped. That's right. You know what I'm saying? This is for all those starters that start off as quadrupeds and end up bipedal. That's right. Pokegod has 4 legs. You know what I'm saying? So, Arceus is alright. He's fine. His game's kind of mid though.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Victini. So we get to Generation 5. So this is when the Legends kind of started to get a little shaky. Alright. Victini is very, very mid. Alright. Even though it's supposed to be like the America Pokemon, the Victory Pokemon, it's very mid. Alright. I think it's better than, well, you know what? I think it's better than some of these guys. I'm gonna put it up here. I can put it above Ho-Ho. But it is still very mid though. Alright. It's not like the color scheme is okay. Like the eyes actually kind of offset everything quite nicely. So it's not all just like tan and reds and whatnot. It's a fire type. It's got like a really OP move in like Victory Star or whatever. Other than that though, it's just another mythical. It's just kind of there, you know. And then we start getting to where Generation 5 gets good. These guys, the Musketeers, clean. Alright. Straight up clean. You know what I'm saying? And then we have goated Terrakion, baby. Terrakion has been a workhorse for my competitive teams for a long time until he fell off in like what generation, like probably Generation 7 he kind of fell off. But he was a workhorse for me. Me and him, we've been through so many battles, man. Alright. That's why I gotta do it for my boy. Like his design is alright, you know what I'm saying? He's a fighting fighting rock type. I think it's rock fighting type. You know what I'm saying? Which is a pretty good typing. And I mean, of course, the design is alright. The color scheme kind of fits of rock fighting type. But I mean, I'm just saying though, we've been through. Alright, so I gotta give my boy a top spot, man. We biased like that over here, you know. The genies are okay. And they actually were really good at competitive. All right, the genies, they rocked competitive for a minute. All right, so I think this one was Tornadus. Good. All right, and then look, the alternate form of Tornadus was a big freaking parrot. Like, come on, dog. How can you not like that thing? You know what? Is it goated? I can put it above the dogs. I can put it above the dogs. I can do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying? Thunderous was pretty good. Like, all these things looked pretty cool. This one with the weird tail that, you know, we probably can't say what that looks like on YouTube. And then we have Landorus, which Landorus is probably the most boring of the ones, but he's a pretty good boring though. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I? There we go. All right. And then the Landorus for the Therian form of Landius was probably one of the best Therian forms they made. Like, this thing was clean, bro. Come on, man. Look at that. They took the most boring of the genies and gave him the best Therian form, bro. Come on now. All right. Like, Game Freak was cooking. You can say a lot about Generation 5. Game Freak was cooking in Generation 5, bro. All right. They was cooking. The legend. Look again. Another way to say that they were cooking in Generation 5. The legends, bro. These things look like Pokegods, man. All right, Zekrom and Reshiram, bruh. Come on, dog. These bad boys, peak. All right. I'm not even a big Generation 5 fan like that, but these bad boys was peak though. Even my boy Q-Rim was pretty good. I think he was the first Ice Dragon Legendary. Q-Rim was freaking clean though. Alright, and the thing is, it's an evil Pokemon. This thing eats people. Alright, it's like a giant ice dragon murderer. Like, and it's in Pokemon of all things. Come on, man. Tell me that's not an interesting idea, man. Alright, so, now of course, you know, everything has peaks and valleys. Now, we kind of get to the valley a little bit, okay? Alright, because whereas the legends of Generation 5 were really good, these Pokefusion things will be the first inductees in the Ultra Beast tier. That means that they are below Dookie Butter. Because, like, when I was talking about Mega Rayquaza, how it was over-designed in a good way, this is over-designed in a bad way, okay? I'm sorry. These things look terrible, man. Alright, like, and the thing is, it's weird that they are the mascot of some of the best Pokemon sequel games ever. Because Black and White 2 was clean, alright? They was clean. But these guys, nah, they not clean. Alright, they lame, okay? Alright, they're not even Dookie Butter. They down here with the Ultra Beast. Alright? They are sub-Dookie Butter Pokemon. Alright, not to mention, the other thing that makes them sub-Dookie Butter is that they're Pokemon fusions. And if there's one thing that I hate as much as Ultra Beast and Z moves, it's Pokemon Fusion. I'm sorry. This is some Digimon garbage that needs to stay over there, okay? Oh, and then we got Keldeo. Again, you know, they tried to repeat the peak that they had with Shaman, and it kind of worked. All right, because Keldeo is freaking clean. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Keldeo, where did it go? Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Because Keldeo is actually clean. All right. Is he better than Deoxys? You know what? I might go there. I might pull the trigger. Yeah, I think Keldeo might be better than Deoxys. All right. The design is cool. His movie was pretty good. He's one of the Musketeers. I like them. Like, yeah, I think Keldeo is kind of clean. And it's a water fighting legendary, bro. Which is, again, that's a clean... Water fighting is a clean typing. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Poliwrath. Poliwrath was clean. Back in the day, Poliwrath was punching people in the face, okay? Bruh, this man is clean. He's not quite as peak as like Shaman Skyform, but they tried to replicate this and they came really, really close. Alright, so then we start getting to the midness that is Generation 6. Alright, Generation 6 stuff was not terrible, but it was not amazing either. And it starts off with Mioletta. A lot of people like this thing. I'm like, it's literally like a lady. Like, it's one of those like humanoid Pokemon. Like, cause see, with something like Grandivore is a humanoid Pokemon, but it does enough to still make it like a Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mioletta is literally just a singer lady. Like, this is basically a human being, essentially. Which, you know what I'm saying? And then the alternate form is like a human being that is cosplaying as the Chiquita Banana Lady. Okay. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing is mid. All right, it's not Dookie Butter. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely mid. It's just a human lady. You know, and we go from Dookie Butter. I mean, from mid to kind of clean with Genosect. Genosect was all right. Maybe not over Entei though. You know what? Let's rearrange this. Let's put him over these guys. That fits a little bit better. That's a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But Genosect was clean. Now, I'm not really into technological Pokemon, like robot Pokemon or whatever. But Genosect was alright though. Alright. You know. Mid! Then we get to the Legends of Generation 6. And I'm like, the lore behind them is pretty cool, being connected to Yzgradrill.
Oh, you almost had it.
Yzgradrill. But all in all, these bad boys is kind of mid. Alright, you know what I'm saying? I think Xerneas is on the upper end of mid, and Yveltal is kind of on the lower end of mid. Like, I mean, again, it's to me, Yveltal is like edgy Lugia. You know what? Yeah, let's put it over Lugia. Alright, because Lugia is way more mid than Yveltal is. Alright, Yveltal is like edgy Lugia. Alright, it's like Lugia going through its My Chemical Romance phase. Alright, that's Yveltal. Alright, that's what it is. Alright. Oh, and speaking of mid, we have the star of PokemonLegendsZA, Zygarde. Or Zygrade, sorry, that's his name, Zygrade, because he is very mid. But he's better than some of these guys though. You know, well, you know what? No, he's better than him too. Like, screw that. You know what I'm saying? But like the original form was just kind of there, and I think this is really the fault of like Pokemon Z. And I'm gonna do a whole video of Pokemon Z because I got all that stuff in the Terra League. But the fact that Pokemon Z never materialized until now really hurt Zygrade, because like that's, Pokemon Z was where he would have blossomed, and we never got that. You know what I'm saying? So what we got of him was just this, really cool color scheme Snake Man that was was probably one of the worst dragon types around, because he was dragon ground, which means it was a 4x weakness to ice, and he wasn't even as good as the other ground dragon. Like, come on, dog. All right, speaking of dogs, I ain't even try to do that. All right, see, look at that. That was an accident. I said, come on, dog, and it turned out that the next Pokemon was a dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll admit I like this form of Zygrade. I think it's actually pretty cool. But it still, doesn't break the midness that is Zygrade overall. And then we go from mid to Dookie Butter, because I am not a fan of Zygrade 100% form, bro. It's like it's more Digimon stuff, man. I hate it when Digimon gets in my Pokemon. I'm like, no, like I like Digimon over there, and I like my Pokemon over here. Never the two shall mix, ever. Okay, all right, and that like 100% Zygrade, Dookie Butter. I'm sorry, like I mean, it looked kind of cool the first time I saw it, but over the years, it's just kind of like, oh, it's just a big Voltron looking Digimon wannabe Pokemon, bro. And it's better than some of the other stuff that's in this tier, but it's still Dookie Butter. So then we get to the rest of Generation 6. And to be honest, I kind of don't even really care about Diancie. Like, it's not Dookie Butter, but it's just immensely boring. Like, it's, I mean, like, the color scheme looks kind of cool. And other than that, I don't really care that much about it. Like, same thing goes for the Mega. Like, I mean, again, the crystal, like, you know what? Let's put this. It's mid, but it's not that mid. We can put it up here in the upper tiers of mid, but it's still mid. I don't really care too much about. I don't even really have that much to say about Diancie. Same thing with Hoopa. Like, you know what? No, screw Hoopa, bro. I didn't even like Hoopa that much, bro. Like, Hoopa is not that Dookie Butter, but it's Dookie Butter. It's Dookie Butter enough to be in the Dookie Butter tier. Okay, because I was like a mischievous genie Pokemon after we already got like, what, 4, 5, 6 genie Pokemon? Come on, dog. Like, it's like, I don't know, I just never really rocked with freaking Hoopa. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, the design for the other Hoopa form, that jet was crazy. Now, that's how you do like big bombastic Pokemon design. All right, don't do this. Look, less of this, more of this. This is creative. All right, they was thinking with this. They was like, how can we make like a bombastic evil genie Pokemon? That thing looks like a daggone Bayonetta villain. All right, it looks cool. It's a cool looking Pokemon. Volcarona, like, yeah, kind of don't care about Volcarona. Like, it's another one of those Pokemon that got screwed over by the fact that Generation 6 just kind of ended and we got nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? They tried to give him some stuff later on, but I don't really care. Is Type Null a legendary? Is this considered a legendary Pokemon? The idea is pretty cool. Alright, I'll admit. The idea is pretty cool. And this one is kind of cool too. Like a hodgepodge of different Pokemon mixed together. Even though Mewtwo kind of was supposed to be that, like this genetic hodgepodge. But this one, kind of with the faint references to Arceus, was pretty cool. I'll admit it.
You should not be alive. You should not breathe the same air I breathe. You are scum.
Oh boy, then we get to Generation. The one thing that actually saves Generation 7, and it's the Tapus. I hope one day they get an alternate form or an extra Tapu, like an evil Tapu. Like I went over in one of my theories one time. Tapus are clean. I like the Tapus, bro. These bad boys are good. Again, these things are the saving grace of Generation 7. All right? Even though I still hate Gen 7, these things, they kind of save it. I'm going to be honest with you. All right? The coolest things to come out of Gen 7. And we get to the rest of Generation 7. So, Cosmog is cute, but that's about it. This thing, it exists. Okay. All right. Solgaleo and Lunala. So, I'll admit, Solgaleo is kind of fire. He kind of fire, all right? You know what I'm saying? Lunala was all right. All right, Lunala is probably the top tier of all right. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? I think this thing was Lunala actually good? I don't remember Lunala being good, like, in game. You know what I'm saying? I honestly can't remember Lunala being good. So yeah, it's alright. I'll leave it there. And then we go on to the tier that has its own name, Ultra Beast tier. You know where these bad boys going. Right down here. Alright, all that Necrozma garbage, right in the Dookie Butter tier. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All that stuff. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Lame. Okay, I mean, not in the Dookie Butter, the Ultra Beast tier. Okay, lame. Alright, I mean, like, Necrozma looks cool, but it doesn't look like a Pokemon. Again, this thing feels like it should be a Digimon or something else, like some kind of like alternate dimension, like freaking alien or something. Like it just doesn't look like a Pokemon. This doesn't scream Pokemon to me. Maybe that was the point, but again, this is a Pokemon game with a very non-Pokemon thing in it. Nah, you know what I'm saying? What was this thing called? Like, I made a whole video about this like years and years ago. Whatever it is, it's Dookie Butter. Don't care. What are you? Oh, no, okay. This was one of the mythicals from Generation 7, I believe. 7 or 8. Don't care. Okay. Alright, so a Pokemon that we might be seeing more of, and that is Zeraora. Zeraora I thought was pretty cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody really talks about Zeraora that much, but I always thought it was pretty cool. It's like this electric, like, humanoid, like, mammalian Pokemon. I'm like, I kind of dig him. Not to mention, he has a cool color scheme. You know, I'm kind of a stickler for cool color schemes, right? Yellow and black with these, like, speckles of blue in there. Oh, yeah. That's clean. That's clean. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a single solitary crap about Melmetal or any of these like weird Let's Go Pikachu, you know, like between generation Pokemon. Like, yeah, Dookie Butter. Come on, get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? This thing is it's a nut, all right? It's a nut with some mercury around it. Like, it's sentient mercury. Like, if I said that I said that Manaphy and Fione was like sentient sperm, like it goes double for these things, okay?
She's so fine, she done pissing me off. How are you that fine?
Alright, and look, you know what? A lot of people have a lot of problems with Sword and Shield, but did they have some fire legendary bruh? These bad boys, I can't remember their names on the top of my head, but they was fire though, bro. The legendary dogs, the mascot dogs was fire, bro. Hold on, where'd he go? There he goes. Boom. Bruh, the Sword and Shield dogs, crazy, man. And the thing is, they're just dogs, but there's like so much design put in them. And again, it's almost to the point where it's over designed, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, these things was clean. All right. And then freaking, you had Eternatus? Bruh. Eternatus being this like force of like evil, and you couldn't really catch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, bro, Eternatus was clean. Eternatus was clean. Even though I don't even think you're supposed to like Eternatus. Not to mention the battle with Eternatus was hard. This was when Pokemon got hard, okay? All right, there was a little bit of a difficulty spike once you hit Eternatus, okay? All right, and the fact that they tied him in with the whole Gigantamax, like, this is when they kind of really started to write in the gimmicks, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Mega Evolution was kind of there, and like, do we even really care about what was going on with Z moves and like the Ultra Beast? Nobody really cares. But then, but Gigantamax though, and Eternatus, like it was written into the story, like it was part of the plot. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, this was cool. The Eternatus was. You know what? I might have to stick him up a little bit higher. Put him up here, right up here with Garatina. You know what I'm saying? There we go. The evil trio of dragons. Alright, Kung Fu was okay. Alright, it was alright. You know, it wasn't nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? I put him up here, you know, in the alright tier. But Urshifu though. Urshifu. Oops. Oh Lord, I keep doing this. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, there he goes. Okay. Urshifu was kind of clean. All right. Both forms of Urshifu were pretty good. You know what? I'll put him down here, though. You know, because... Yeah, both forms of Urshifu were pretty good. All right, I put him right about here. You know what I'm saying? This one was good. This one was good. Gigantamax form was also pretty good. All right, the color scheme, the fact that these bad boys are like Kung Fu bears. All right, they're legends, but they just throw hands. All right, they're not out here throwing Kamehameha beams and like dropping planets. They throw hands. They like Rock Lee and Mike Guy. They just beat the crap out of people. Yeah, that's clean. Zarude is okay. It's a dark grass Pokemon, and ever since U-turn was a thing, being a dark grass Pokemon kind of sucks. All right, just ask the Sprigatito fans. They'll tell you that being a dark grass Pokemon kind of sucks. Even though, I mean, it's not as lame as some of these guys at the bottom. Let me help him out. Let me put him... He right up here with Kung Fu. All right, they all right. You know, it's all right. Ooh. These bad boys. So, the more desecration of the legend of the Reggies, we've got Reggie Alecki, more like Reggie Dookie, and Reggie Draco, more like slightly better Reggie Dookie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, these two things were just... Maybe we shouldn't have did more Reggies. Like, you know, there's... You know, maybe we should have just left the Reggies alone. We ain't even really do no more. You know what I'm saying? Just leave... We don't have to go back to that well no more. Because these... They kind of killed it. And then we get to... I'm going to be honest, since I can't... My brain does not have a great deal of memories about the DLC for Sword and Shield. I'm just going to put all these things in mid. Like, all these, like, horses and the little big brain rider man and the big brain rider man on the horse. Like, we're just going to put all those in mid. I know that they're not actually mid because I think these things were, like, kind of broken at one point in VGC. I can't even remember anything about them. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm doing this video off the top of my head, so I can't remember a single thing about these bad boys. All right, so now we're getting closer to the modern era of Pokemon. This was longer than I ever thought it was, man. This is like an hour, bro. I'm like, bruh, like, this is a lot of legendary Pokemon. I feel like it's more legends than it is starters. Like, that's crazy. But we got Enamorous, and to be honest, I'm like, come on, bro. Enamorous is weird, bro. I'm like, of all the things, like, this, like, Twink Genie, like, that's the new Pokemon? Yeah, and of course it would be in Legends Arceus, wouldn't it? Oh, but see, even though, you know what I'm saying, Legends Arceus gave us the Twink Genie, but Scarlet and Violet gave us some peak legendaries right here, man. All right, the Treasures of Ruin, bro. The Treasures of Ruin are some peak Pokemon, baby. Bro, all right, these things was cool, man. When I saw these bad boys the first time, I was like, bro. And the quest to get to them, you actually have to kind of think and kind of do some work to get them. They don't give them to you in like some stupid raid or something like that. You gotta work for these bad boys. They're part of the story a little bit, you know. The Treasures of Ruin is cool, bro. And all of them are actually kind of cool looking. Like the grass snail dude, like the freaking panther, you know, ice dagger man. I'm forgetting the Pokemon names. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the deer was kind of mid. But it was a good mid though. It wasn't even like a lame mid. Like at least it was an interesting mid. You know what I'm saying? And then you had Ting. I think this one was Ting Lu. It's a goldfish. It's a goldfish with googly eyes. But for some reason, it's not lame. I'm putting it in the good tier, bro. Like, it's a goldfish with googly eyes, but for some reason, it's intriguing. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but it is. All right. And then you've got the good ride Pokemon. Now, I'm not a big fan of ride Pokemon. I think there should be a way. Now, I'm not a big fan of ride Pokemon. I think there should be a way for you to ride your own Pokemon. I mean, because what's the point of having different types if I can't surf or fly on them and I need to get a whole nother Pokemon to be able to do that? But I have to say though, freaking Koraidon and Miraidon were clean. All right, you know, Miraidon not exactly as clean as Koraidon, but still very clean though. All right, I put him right up here. There he goes. You know what I'm saying? He's right up here. Even though, you know, he looks kind of weird from a certain angle, I put him right up there. You know, but Koraidon though, this is my boy. All right, this is my boy, man. Koraidon, we went through, man. All right, trying to get this man sandwiches so that he can use his Super Saiyan ride Pokemon powers. That was the story right there. All right. Koraidon will always be my boy. This is one of the first times I really had a connection with a mascot Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? The idea of having him with you and like the story is about you trying to help him is actually a good idea. Even though I don't like ride Pokemon, like it made me connect with this man. All right, so we get the DLC Pokemon. So we got Walking Wake. All right, Walking Wake was freaking clean, bro. All right, again, you know, it says Suicune was already clean, but then you make Suicune into a dinosaur. But you know what? Hold up, let me put him up here. Like, yeah, I don't know if he is quite as clean as some of these other ones, but the Suicune dinosaur Pokemon was freaking crazy, man. All right, and the Virizion, like Iron Leaves. Iron Leaves was all right. All right, this is probably the top tier of all right. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was all right. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Violet Pokemon. They're all kind of like just machines. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Legendary Trio, who were actually interested. You know what I'm saying? They were actually kind of interested. Not the best Pokemon ever, but you know, Monkey Dory, like yeah, Monkey Dory is all right. Like you get to be in the top tier of all right. You know what I'm saying? But Pheasantipity though, Pheasantipity was clean. Pheasantipity was clean, man. I'll put you about right there. Right there will work. Boy, so we got the Ogerpon. Ogerpon was alright. They can throw y'all right here in the alright tier. You know what I'm saying? Gouging Fire, bro. I can't see how you could not like this. Again, Entei was already freaking good, and then they made him a dinosaur. Whoever came up with this idea, bro, insane, man. All right, the design on these again is so close to being over designed, like so close, like that. There's a lot of spikes on that man's head, but it's not. And the color scheme, like they added yellow. Again, what I was saying, we was talking about with Entei before, like Entei was cool, but it was a little boring in the color scheme. Adding in some yellows and some greens and stuff, bruh, that man is clean. All right. And then we get to even this one. Even the idea that they stole from Horizon Zero Dawn was actually pretty good. All right, actually pretty good. Shaman tier, you know what I'm saying? Then we get to the one. This was the hardest one because I love Terrakion. All right, but like Space Terrakion. Whoops. Why do I keep doing this, bro? Space Terrakion. You know what? bias. The bias, baby. We're gonna ride with the bias, man. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? This one was alright. I can't remember this one's name off the top of my head, but it was alright though. I like the color scheme. I like, but again, it's just kind of like a robot version of, you know, Cobellion, which is like, I mean, if I wanted Cobellion, I just use, you know, Terrapagos. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Terrapagos kind of sucks. All right, I mean, he kind of does. Like, I mean, this one looks cool. I'll give it that. This one looks cool. This thing is, bro. What is this? Like the world, and then the spinning, and then this one on top of the other one. Like, that's the definition of just over design. Like, they just threw everything into this thing. Like, and this thing is it Pokey? It's not even Pokey guy. Like, is this high as Arceus? No. But yet they over designed the crap out of this man. Like, nah, dog. Was not a fan of this version of Terrapagos. But Perturant though. Perturant was alright. Alright, so that's about it. This is it. It's way longer than I ever thought it was gonna be. But hey, here we go though. This is the ranking of all of the legendary Pokemon. Alright, so take it. There it is. Alright, here's the trash mons. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real. Boy, this is going to be hell to edit.